Music. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty, what would life be? The question here though is, should we as Christians listen to secular music for our entertainment? That's what we're answering in this episode, so stay tuned! Hello people in the world, I'm Hannah of Hope and Future Bible Devotions, and this channel gives you encouragement and godly wisdom with Bible context and life application. So welcome, and if you're new here and that's what you're looking for, consider subscribing. Now, artists creatively express themselves through whatever art form they choose. Paintings, movies, and of course, music. The difference with music is that it's totally audio. There are those who listen and select music based on what they feel they're entertained with, and that's what we're focusing on here. Let me say first that what I'll be saying here is according to my own convictions on the topic, and the answer to this question differs from one person to another according to his discernment. So let me give you three guide questions to know if you should or should not listen to music with secular lyrics and verses to back them up. But stay till the end for the bonus tip. First, do the lyrics encourage a lifestyle contrary to the word? In other words, does the song promote ungodly living? In Romans 12 verse 2, it says, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." Paul wrote this to Rome, and in this chapter, he wrote about how the gospel affects our way of living. So again, we're in the world, and we can't fully isolate ourselves from everything here on earth unless we live in a cave, but you can't do that either because we have to be a good witness to people around us. We can enjoy some of the things in the world that bring honor to God, like nature, we can recognize talent, we can have good friendships, good food, but we don't value the things this world values, especially if they dishonor God, like lust, sexual acts outside of marriage, curses, love for money, and hate. You get it? The next one is, do they influence my thoughts? It says in Philippians 4 verse 8, "Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things." In other versions, meditate can also be substituted with think. Paul wrote this to the Philippian church as encouragement to them, and we can apply these words in our own situations too. Being a leader among the next generation, I sometimes listen to secular music as research. I want to know what sound is trending so I can relate to the young people I'm ministering to. But sometimes I can't even listen to that music willingly anymore because, I'll be honest, a lot of it is trash. When I go on Spotify, a lot of the top songs have explicit material, so I'm like, never mind. But there are some artists that like to talk about life, romance, they like to give a positive message, and those things are great. Or they like talking about their feelings and realizations in life, and they put it into a form of song. It's great to have those songs that show that there are people with deep thoughts. Those are like food for the mind, and if they are at peace with your spirit, then it's okay. Before we continue, if this video has been helping you so far, please hit the like button as it helps the algorithm spread this farther. Let's go on. Do they affect my actions? Music can communicate something to its listeners, and that includes ideas that can cause us to act a certain way. The Bible talks about specific issues we deal with while we're still in the world, and some Jesus himself talked about during his time of ministry, dealing with lust, with anger, with love of money. And these things are also talked about in some of the mainstream songs that we listen to. If you come to evaluate yourself and your actions in the past, what caused you to decide to do what you did? What we allow our minds to feed on can cause us to act on them. So again, I'm saying not all secular music is harmful. It's the message in them that can be a bad influence on us. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 and 22 says, "Test all things, hold fast what is good, abstain from every form of evil." Here's Paul, the apostle's advice for the Thessalonians. Good, stay in our hearts. Bad, abstain from it. Now here's the bonus. What about Christian music artists, musicians? So here's the thing with them. They listen to different types of music to get inspiration and to get different ideas for musical expression. And sometimes they find that in certain types of secular music. So where do they draw the line? As I was studying for this verse came to my mind. 1 Corinthians 10:23-24. All things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor. For context, the focus of the Corinthian believers in this passage was, what harm can these things be for me? But their actual question should have been, what good could these things be for me? What is permitted doesn't mean that it is beneficial. I believe that the heart of the Christian artist in listening to certain secular songs is to serve others. Christian contemporary music has been changing through the years for the better. They're catchy, thought-provoking, and God-edifying. No, I'm not attacking the traditional sound, but what I mean is that Christians have come to have an alternative to just secular pop or rock music. And in fact, there are songs that have been attracting even non-believers to listen to Christian music, and who knows, that could be a way for them to come and know Christ. So, be wise in your choice of music, may it be secular or Christian songs. Hopefully, these guide questions help you, and comment below to share your own thoughts on the topic. If you're looking for more videos on godly living, I have a playlist on that right here. And if you want to understand the gospel, check out this video. We're people in the world and not of the world. Keep your eyes on Jesus.